So what's up guys, welcome to another amazing beat breakdown today in FL Studio. Today I'm going to be breaking out another amazing beat that I made in FL Studio. This is an piano jam in FL Studio that I made, and I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys so that you can watch it and also learn different style and tricks and techniques that you can use in your video. Like I always say, if you like videos like this, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you have any comment or contribution, please drop it in the comment section of the video and I'll surely get back to you as soon as I can. Without wasting much of your time, let's get into the video. And I'm going to be playing the whole beat for you guys. So from the intro to the chorus, then I'm going to be breaking it down.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase.
So basically that's the whole beat from the first bar, from the intro to the chorus part. So I'm going to be taking it section by section right now. So I'm going to be looking at the intro and then we're going to be looking at the outro. So this is the intro right here. So for the intro, the first thing we have here is this chord right here. So the chord, I got it from POJ Beats Juice sample pack, and it's amazing. Then this is the same chord but just reversed. And for the effect on this one, I have basic effects, actually just stereo shaper to make it wider, some chorus to make it chorusy, and some EQ just to cut out the low end and the high end as well. So after that, I just added some new things. For example, I added this bell sample right here. So for the bell sample, I'm running some effects. I'm running these through some effects like stereo shaper, delay just to have some bounce, and also EQ just to cut out the low end, a lot of the low end, and a bit of the high end as well. So after that, I just added this sample right here. So this sample is actually a longer sample. I just chopped it up and used that part that I needed in the whole beat, but I added some effect to it. For example, I added some Lux verb to add some ambience, delay just for some bounce, and I added Vala vintage verb again, and also some EQ to cut out the low end. Then the next thing is this right here. So this is like a vocal sample, the vocal effect, and I think it's passing through the same mixer chain that I showed you earlier, just some reverb, delay, another reverb, and EQ as well. Then I added this rider right here. So the riser is very simple, just to build up tension. So this is the bass sample. I sent the beat when I made it to a friend of mine, David Spencer, and he added some bass line. This was one of the bass lines he added to it, and after that I added this one as well. This is also some of the things he added like a mallet sound to it. So this sound is going to some basic effects. Transient processor to chop out the part I did not really need. I did not really need some part of it, so I had to use transient processor to chop out some parts. Like it helps to remove like some part of sound that you don't really need or you don't really want. Then I did the same again. I did it again until I got my sound, and I added Panomatic to make it go left and right. And I also added Kickstarter for the sidechain effect, the pumping effect, and Vala Vintage Rev for some reverb. Then I added Sound Goodizer just to make it more punchy, but I reduced the mix level a lot. Then EQ to cut out the low end and the high end. So shout out to David Spencer for this samples. Then for this is a log drum. It was the one that also sent me this. I liked it a lot, so I used it as a transition. And basically, I just added some effects like this ones right here, and this right here as well. So these are the drum rolls, and I also added this one as well. So I think I added this one too, and I added this sound as well. So this sound is a string sound, and it's from Xenology. It's the AX violin from Xenology, and for the effect on it, I just have reverb and EQ just to cut out the low end, and reverb just to add some ambience to it. I like to use Vala Vintage because the first preset in Vala Vintage reverb is amazing. It sounds amazing. It just EQ and do some tweaking to the whole sample, and it's good to go. Now let's move to the second part of the beat, which is the verse, the first part of the verse.
Purchase your tracks today.
Now the thing that I'm adding is just the drums, which are this right here. So this drum sample, I got it online. I just chopped it up and I did use the part that I wanted. Then I added my own drums, which are this right here, and just some kicks, some snares and rims that I layered, and some congas. And basically that's all. Nothing really crazy, just to add to the groove of the whole beat. And every other thing I have here, I've shown you before. I have this sample right here. I showed you I got it earlier. Now let's move to the second part of the verse, which is this right here.
Purchase your tracks today.
Now for this part of the the second part of the verse, I just removed the chords, this one right here, and I replaced it with the reverse chord, which is this right here. So I showed you earlier what I have on it, the effect I have on it. It's just some stereo shaper, chorus, and EQ, just cut out the low and the high. Then every other thing is the same, like the drums and every other thing. And I'm adding this one right here. So I'm adding this part from Cradle to Prince. It's the sneaky reptile part, and it's very lush, sounds very clean. And for the effect on it, I just have stereo shaper, chorus, and Vala Vintage Rev, and also my EQ to cut out the lows and the highs. Then I added my log drums, which are this right here. So that's the log drum. Then I layered it with a sub bass, synth bass from Fruity DS10 as well. It's just when you click to the preset, just move down into synth bass that I layered. So together both of them playing like sounds like this. I automated the time knob in the log drum. So if I play the log drum now, you hear this. If you look at this time knob right here, because of this automation right here, start moving. So let me play it for you guys. So you can see that it sounds a little bit open and more high-end when I started automating the time knob. So if you want that sound that you hear in a lot of amapiano sounds, big amapiano sounds, this is how they do it. They just automate the time knob right here, and you can use it for amazing effect on your log drums. So basically that's all I did, and I think that's all I did for this part. So let's move to the next part, which is the chorus. So that's the chorus right there. So every other thing I showed you, I just used it right there. The shaker, the drums, everything. So for this, I'm adding this right here. So this is another shaker, I just went to the left. And every other thing I've shown you, the shakers as well, and the drums and everything. And I'm adding this one as well. I showed you this one earlier. Then I'm adding the strings, and for the melodies, I'm adding some lead sounds. For example, this is the lead that I'm adding. So for that is I'm using Spire, and it's the LD preview from Spire. And for the effect on it, I have some basic effect like kickstart, panomatic to make go left and right, sound equalizer, EQ to cut out the lows and the highs, reverb, which I'm using Vala vintage verb, and some delay. And then I added some bass sounds, which are this right here. So for that sound, I'm using Toxic Barrier Hazard, and the preset on it is the Zonda. That's a preset, and the strings I showed you the string earlier, and I think that's all. I layered the bass sample with the synth bass I showed you earlier from Fruity DX10. Then I added this chord right here. I'm using the tiny bass and the basic one preset under the tiny bass bank. So I think that's all I did for the whole song. It's very simple, just using sounds that are amazing and knowing how to arrange your beat properly. If you like videos like this, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comment or contribution, please drop it in the comment section of the video, and I will surely get back to you as soon as possible.